Hi everyone, I'm back for today's lesson. We are going to learn about more types of nouns. Before that, I wasn't quite satisfied with yesterday's lesson because I didn't give you enough examples. So, I want to fix that today. Yesterday, we talked about nouns. As you know, nouns are everywhere. Everything we can see, like people, places, and things, is a noun. The two most important types are common nouns and proper nouns. I have shared a list of examples to help you understand them better. For common nouns referring to people, we have doctor, teacher, brother, astronaut, baby, pilot, mother, father, and friend. These are all common nouns because they refer to people in a general way. When it comes to proper nouns for people, we use them to refer to specific individuals. Examples include David, John, Jesus Christ, Mother Teresa, and Albert Einstein. We use these names for unique people rather than referring to people in a general way. For common nouns for places, we have examples like city, restaurant, mountain, ocean, planet, street, park, hotel, coffee shop, temple, and school. However, proper nouns for places are specific names such as places like Mount Everest, Mars, Earth, the Moon, Europe, Italy, and Paris are specific locations because they are unique names. They all fall under the category of proper nouns. When it comes to things, some examples of common nouns are guitar, sandwich, bicycle, telescope, book, blanket, juice, and flower. We use proper nouns for things that are unique, meaning there is only one of them in the world, like the moon, the sun, and the sky. We also use proper nouns for specific days of the week, example, Sunday, Monday, Friday, months, example, September, November, January, and holidays like Christmas, Halloween. Now that we've covered those examples, we can move on to today's lesson, the other types of nouns. We are going to look at nouns that we can't see or touch, as well as nouns that describe groups of things. There are six more types of nouns we need to learn. They are abstract versus concrete, countable versus uncountable, and collective and compound nouns. I am using verses between them because comparing them is the best way to understand how they work. Let's look at abstract nouns versus concrete nouns. Concrete nouns are things we can see, touch, or smell. Abstract nouns, on the other hand, are things we cannot touch. They are ideas, feelings, or qualities. Abstract nouns are things you cannot touch, hear, smell, see, or taste. They are ideas, qualities, or emotions. Examples include happiness, honesty, love, anger, pride, excitement, loyalty, maturity, kindness, knowledge, and time. On the other hand, concrete nouns are the total opposite of abstract nouns. We can actually see, touch, feel, smell, and hear them. They are physical things that we can experience with all our senses. For example, rain, cat, book, plate, building, stick, paper, flower, car, and computer are all concrete nouns. We can touch, see, or feel these things physically. The next two types of nouns we are going to compare are countable versus uncountable nouns. The meaning is right there in the names. Countable nouns are things we can count using numbers. Uncountable nouns are things we cannot count individually. For uncountable nouns, we can't count them with simple numbers like 1, 2, or 3. Instead, we use alternative methods to measure them, like using liters or grams. On the other hand, countable nouns are things we can actually count in numbers. Examples of countable nouns include apples, candies, houses, dogs, and cars. Examples of uncountable nouns include things like water, rice or sugar, air, advice, blood, thought, sand, and milk. Also, all abstract nouns are uncountable nouns. We cannot count things like happiness, loyalty, love, or kindness. You can't put a number on them. Therefore, abstract nouns always fall under the category of uncountable nouns. The last two categories are collective nouns and compound nouns. Collective nouns are words we use to name a group of people, animals, or things. Examples include team, family, class, audience, bunch, and set. You can easily understand the meaning of collective nouns by looking at the word itself. It sounds like collection. If a word describes a collection or a group of something, it is a collective noun. The final category is compound nouns. Compound nouns are made by joining individual words together. When we connect them, they create a new word with a single specific meaning. Some great examples of compound nouns are toothpaste, bedtime, keyboard, and mother in law. Each of these is made of separate words that join together to mean one specific thing. Even though we have covered 8 types of nouns, it is important to remember that one word can belong to multiple categories at the same time. Take a cat, for example. It is a concrete noun because you can touch it. It is a countable noun because you can count one, two, or three cats. It is a common noun because it is a general name for an animal. We can't just put a noun into one single box. But don't get confused or scared by this. If you understand each individual type of noun well, you will see how they fit together naturally. There is no need to panic. Once you know the rules for each one, identifying them becomes like a fun puzzle. Once you understand the logic behind these nouns, everything becomes much easier. As you get to know each type better, you will see how they work together naturally. So, don't be scared, you've got this. After learning all of this, you might be asking yourself, why do I need to know this in such detail? The answer is simple. Knowing these categories helps you follow the secret rules of English. It tells you when to use ye or the, when to use add and yes to a word, and how to build sentences that make you sound like a pro. When you understand the logic, you don't have to memorize, you just know. The answer lies in how we speak every day. For example, because you know water is an uncountable noun, you naturally say, I need some water. You don't say, I need one water or two waters. Understanding these categories prevents you from making mistakes and helps you choose the right words to describe the world around you. You will need these noun patterns as we move into advanced grammar, such as punctuation and tenses, which we will explore in future videos. Today's lesson is now complete. I hope this has helped you gain some valuable knowledge. This is your host signing off. Goodbye for now.